LEGO Marvel Superheroes is one of my all-time favorite games, and it is one of the most beloved LEGO and Marvel games ever made. One of the many reasons for why that is the case is due to the attention to detail that TT Games continuously puts into every game, but especially LEGO Marvel Superheroes. So it would be a shame to let any of these details go unnoticed. Today, we're taking a look at 10 LEGO Marvel Superhero details you might have missed or never even picked up on. We kick things off with freedom, or at least the object that many consider to be a representation of freedom, and that is the Statue of Liberty, which just so happens to be in the LEGO Marvel Superheroes video game. But one thing you may not have noticed is that if you fly over to the statue and stare at it long enough, it actually comes to life and winks at you. This of course all makes sense, as during the story of the game, Magneto brings the statue to life to assist him in accomplishing his evil plan.
Sir, Magneto desecrated the Statue of Liberty. What is this country coming to?
Captain Rogers, I will personally oversee retrieving Lady Liberty and put her back together. You have my word.
Wow.
Everyone who has played a LEGO game knows that to melt ice bricks in LEGO titles, you need a fire or laser ability. Well, in LEGO Marvel Superheroes,
Wow.
yeah, it's not necessary, or at least not necessary if you're playing as Johnny Storm. It is simple enough to just stand next to ice bricks to melt them while you have the flame on ability on. It's a well-known fact in Marvel mythos that the symbiotes absolutely hate loud noises or fire. Well, LEGO Marvel Superheroes actually went ahead and captured this element. When standing either Carnage or Venom, the two symbiotes in LEGO Marvel Superheroes, next to Johnny Storm in regular form, they're perfectly normal and they're able to actually go on ahead and fight the character. However, flip on the Flame On mode and the symbiotes want none of that heat. Interestingly enough, however, if you go on ahead and transform Venom into a Big Fig version, he seems to go on ahead and no longer be concerned by any of the fire that is coming off of Johnny Storm. For this next detail, you're probably aware of some of the elements of it, but maybe not the entire extent of it. As you probably know, when Wolverine takes damage in this game, he actually never dies. Instead, he becomes an adamantium skeleton, who still somehow has his facial hair, which I never understood. But did you know that the same actually occurs with Deadpool himself?
Wow.
And finally, did you know that there is actually a third character that possesses this particular ability? And that is, of course, none other than the one and only Stan the Man Lee, who is able to go on ahead and transform into Adamantium Stan as well. Oh, and a bit of an interesting aside here, I actually did find it quite interesting that apparently this particular invincibility that we see present in these characters does not work on toxic goo. This next detail is really cool because it actually went unnoticed for quite a long time after the game's release. During the rock-up at the lockup level, where Iron Man, the Hulk, and Wolverine arrive at the raft to deal with a bunch of bad guys, one of those bad guys is the Hulk's old nemesis, the leader, yes, the guy with the big giant head. Well, when approaching him as Bruce Banner or the Hulk, you actually get completely different dialogue delivered by the leader.
Hulk? You brainless, babbling beast! Now, I am finally free to destroy you!
Leader is enemy! Hulk smashed!
Bruce Banner? Where's your pathetic green friend? Coming out to play?
Oh, he does not want to see me angry.
Details like this just shows that TT Games went to incredible lengths to make this game absolutely awesome. For this next one, we're actually going to do a bit of a rewind as we head back to the very first level in the game, and that particular level culminates with an epic boss fight with Sandman. Now, as you go on ahead and battle Sandman, at one point in time in that process, he goes on ahead and clearly delivers the line,
Oh no! I'm melting! Melting!
This is obviously a direct reference to the Wizard of Oz, where the Wicked Witch says the exact same thing, and all of this is particularly cool because not that many years later, after the release of LEGO Marvel Superheroes, we actually saw both the Wicked Witch and the Wizard of Oz franchise as a whole play a massive significant role in LEGO Dimensions.
I've got a trigonometry exam tomorrow. My aunt needs me to pick up a dozen eggs, and I'm drowning in eggs.
For this next one, we're headed to the helicarrier, and we're actually going to hit the lower docks right away, where we were greeted with a SHIELD agent who's going to go on ahead and offer us a mission, clearing out a bunch of snakes on the helicarrier itself. Well, during that introduction, he actually goes on ahead and makes some interesting references.
Snakes? Why did it have to be snakes? I hate them. How'd they even get on board? Director Fury told me specifically to get these snakes off this gosh darn helicarrier. I may be paraphrasing slightly. Anyways, can you help me out?
You probably actually picked up on at least one of the two references there, because this SHIELD agent's dialogue is an homage to both Indiana Jones's famous fear of snakes, and in addition to that, a reference to Samuel L. Jackson's infamous line from the Snakes on a Plane movie. From one movie reference to another, The Incredibles, yes, Pixar's Incredibles, has often been called a copy of the Fantastic Four. Well, this next detail in LEGO Marvel Superheroes actually pays a bit of an homage to The Incredibles instead, bringing it sort of full circle.
I saw this in a movie once.
This was a reference to The Incredibles, where Elastigirl is seen transforming into a parachute in a very similar fashion to what we just saw with Mr. Fantastic. For the next one, we head to the Bifrost Bridge, because at the start of the level titled Bifrost Reception, as you're making your way through the Bifrost Tunnel itself, you actually go on ahead and fly by, or I guess depending on your skill level, into a blue phone box, which is actually a tribute to the Doctor Who franchise. This is something that TT Games has done in many different LEGO titles, and of course, Doctor Who then went on to play a massive part in 2015's LEGO Dimensions. What could be cooler than a game revolving around the entire Marvel universe? Well, teasing the introduction of DC characters into that same world probably would be the answer. For this next detail, this is exactly what TT Games did. When wrapping up the story of LEGO Marvel Superheroes and letting the credits roll, you are greeted by a scene that not only introduces the Guardians of the Galaxy into the story, which is exciting in and of itself, but then a teaser that first seems to imply a Marvel and DC crossover, with this appearance to only then go on ahead and actually be the introduction of Black Panther into the LEGO Marvel universe. It's still a really cool detail that ultimately makes all of us fans just simply say, what if? So there you have it. This was a LEGO Marvel celebration. I hope you found these details as cool as I did, and honestly, if you enjoyed the video, please take a moment to leave a like. That would be very much appreciated. If you can share the video as well, that would be super cool, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. See you laters. Alligators.